In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
Are we live? Are we hot?
Are we
The
hot?
mic's going?
Can you hear me? Well, we didn't do a mic check. Mike, how you doing?
I'm good.
How you doing,
Mike,
buddy?
are you okay?
Yep.
You good?
Mike?
Yep, Mike's
Mike,
good.
Mike.
Mike's good.
All right, we've done a mic check.
Mike's good.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? We are the Freedom Friends. Welcome to the podcast. That was easy.
Coming to you, not even close to live, from the extra-free Warfighter Tobacco Studios.
It is definitely a freedom episode.
Boys, it just smells of freedom
This
in
is
here.
the freest Monday I've ever had in my entire life.
Absolutely. I don't want to
Monday.
give too
I
much
thought
away.
this was Friday. It feels like a Friday.
I don't want to give everything
It
away,
just
but
as
I
well
want to
be.
I want to be the first one on the podcast so that the world can hear it to say fucking congratulations,
Yep.
boys. I couldn't be happier
Congratulations,
for
guys.
you. It's fucking
Thank you.
outstanding.
Thank you
So-
very
Yep.
much.
Yep.
So,
Fuck am I, Choplin?
oh,
you're one of the boys.
You're one of the boys.
Fuck you.
Get those W boys.
Yeah.
W's boys.
I know, your fucking balls are so big they had to put them on your chest. It's fine. That makes you one of the boys. There you go.
Thank you.
See? Handled.
Yeah.
So,
Take it easy there, girl
so
power.
now that everybody's totally confused.
For all you people in
Yes.
podcast land,
yeah.
So Warfighter has a milestone today. We are celebrating drinking some a whiskey that we've had on reserve for today, and we've smoked some cigars that we've had saved up for about a year now.
yeah, a little over a year.
Yeah, a little over a year.
Aged
So-
perfectly, by the way.
And it was delicious.
Yeah.
Fine cigars they were.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And so we had a bottle of patent whiskey, and we
It's
had
given to us by a good friend of Warfighters, Dave Thomas.
Dave Thomas. He's a great friend.
From Wendy's?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Like,
Kinda.
I think
Kinda.
I think that Dave Thomas died.
They didn't say how long they've
No.
had the bottle.
No, no, no.
Good point. Good point. Wendy's had nothing to do with this.
But, okay.
Yeah, and so we smoked
Wendy's,
some
give us money.
Or just 4 for 4s.
earlier. John and I
Spicy nuggets,
We
all that.
polished off this bottle of patent whiskey already, so we pre-gamed. Oh, and Michelle.
I feel like the proof that was on the bottle isn't true.
I feel
Some
like
a half
I feel
bottle
like
of
that
whiskey
whiskey looked
in.
like fucking diesel.
Yeah, and you guys seem fine. Well, you seem fine.
Mikey,
And we pre-gamed
Mikey,
with-
I'm
we
I'm
pre-gamed
never
with-
fine.
John seems fine.
We
Scott
pre-gamed
has
with-
drunky eyes right now.
We pre-gamed with margaritas, too.
Oh, we
That's
did?
why Michelle's where Michelle's at.
Nah.
Yeah.
She's like, I want this one. The lady's like, that's the strongest margarita we make. She's
And I
like,
said,
cool.
let's take-
I'll get another one
Yeah.
also.
You better bring
Follow
me
that
two.
one up. Let's go.
As soon as you get back to the bar, grab another one, sweetheart, because this one ain't hanging
Yeah,
out.
that and I had to add some
Moonshine.
That's right. You added
moonshine cherries. To
And she
this
didn't just
shit
add
whiskey to
moonshine
get it
cherry.
down.
She poured a little bit of that moonshine in there.
And,
Okay.
and that did not dilute at all.
This is
No.
proof that
The,
you guys
whiskey.
are actually more drunk than you think because you were trying to tell us why we're celebrating and got completely derailed
No.
by
Yeah,
cherries.
well, we're getting there.
I didn't
We're
get
getting
get
there.
derailed. I got interrupted.
We were prefacing the
Yes.
story.
So the bottle of patent whiskey, the cigars were Padron 50th anniversary.
They were.
A very good cigar. Amazing. It aged for a year very well. So the milestone that Warfighter got over was we paid off a former partner a big, large amount of capital in a year's time.
Very large.
Very large. That we did not, at the beginning of this, we did not think we probably could do it.
No.
And we did
But
it.
we were too stubborn to fucking be like, okay, let's think of something else.
And
So we're
not
like,
only
hey,
were
fuck
we,
you. Yeah,
not
we got
only
this.
were we
Oh, yeah.
not only were we too stubborn to do it, our partner that we had held us back so badly that we were able to do this without him or his help and his detriment to overcome this. And now we're free of our former partner, and it's a great thing.
It's out
So-
fucking standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we spent the last year, in case you were wondering, like why we haven't come out with
Yes.
any new products.
Sorry, we haven't
or-
had T-shirts for like 12 months.
Yeah. So
No, it's been like a year and a half.
it has been. It's
Or
It's been a
18
year and a
months.
half, Yeah.
I see the comments. I see the comments on the Instagram. Like,
where's
hey,
the
man,
swag?
We get
Where's
hit up.
the-
We get hit up nonstop. Hey, you guys gonna have shirts up before Christmas? And I'm like, maybe.
So now,
Maybe not. I don't know.
so now that we've overcome this obstacle, you will see a lot of new products and a lot of growth out of Warfighter. We were in what we call survival mode,
Yeah.
and now we're transitioning into recovery mode, which should shortly be followed up into growth mode. So if you're a Warfighter fan, just know that it's coming, and we apologize for not being able to provide you with everything we wanted to, but
Got my swag on.
you will see it now. So
And we thank you for
yeah,
the last year and a half of
and
sticking with
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the customers, we definitely would not have overcome this obstacle.
No.
So
Yeah.
all the Warfighter support that we've had, man, I mean, you saved our ass. You've
We love
I mean,
you.
we love you. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's
And
awesome,
if you're not familiar with Warfighter or hasn't smoked their stuff, hell, even if you're not a cigar smoker, go check out their website and fucking drop a message, follow them on Instagram, and do all that other kind of stuff. Show some support where you can, because these
Absolutely.
guys are.
www.warfightertobacco.com. Instagram is at Warfighter Tobacco. Facebook is Warfighter Tobacco Company. And we have a twatter, and I don't know what it is.
It'll
So,
be,
and,
it'll be
I
in the
think we can drop
description
it in
of
the
the
description of everything and stuff
of
like
everything.
that.
Yeah,
So
we'll drop all
And
that
so-
down there.
even if you're not a cigar smoker, freaking go drop them a share and a like and all that kind of stuff. And
After
then when their
this-
swag is out, fucking buy a t-shirt.
Yeah.
After the celebrity or celebratory smoke of the Padron, we have another cigar that was a blend that we were going to release. That's called the GSP, that will never be released
No.
ever.
George
ever.
Ross
No,
St.
it's not
Pierre.
rejected. Fuck it.
That's my. There's a scout we all know and love right there.
Fuck it. It's not going to be redacted. This is the GSP that we're going to smoke.
It is. It's a Pennsylvania broadleaf wrapper. I can't remember what the fuck about binder
Doesn't
filler
matter.
was.
It doesn't
'cause
matter.
It really doesn't matter.
But we're going to smoke these tonight, and they will never be smoked again. And we're okay with that.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll finish that one up afterwards. Smoke it with you guys.
Put mine out.
Too much
Shit.
of a story now. I gotta fucking smoke it with everybody.
And you know, the best part, I briefly told you guys this before we started recording, and I probably should have waited. But the best part about this cigar is all these cigars were hand rolled by Plasencia's master roller. So out of Plasencia's entire factory, where they manufacture about a little over 30% of all the cigars on the U.S.
Not
market.
exactly a small operation.
Their best roller that they've had, that they consider their in-house master roller, hand roll these cigars for us. So the flavor might not be where you want it. I'm about an inch into it, and it's actually, I don't know, after almost 3 years of aging, it's not bad. But
It's
Shit talk.
Yeah, why do they do
Shit talk.
it's oh so good tonight.
it is.
Oh so
Okay.
good.
This
tonight.
is the best tasting cigar that I could have on this day.
That's what I'm talking about.
The whiskey we had, on the other hand, was pretty shitty.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fucking horrible.
but it was a direct
was awful.
reflection of the partnership we had.
You know what? I think that was the only time anybody's told me, no, you cannot drink any of this. And I just kind of looked at it and was like, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, that was the
I don't-
one time in
Yeah.
Warfighter Studios.
But I've never been told I wasn't allowed to drink something here. Like,
Yeah, we're not sharing this one because we
and you should.
we earned it.
Yeah.
You've earned your punishment, whiskey. Fucking
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so earn it, enjoy it,
Never-
or don't enjoy it.
Never in my life did I think a punishment whiskey would
be so
Tastes
good.
so good.
not only taste so good for being so shitty, but take so much to earn.
Yes. So it's I think in normal terms it'd be called bittersweet, but I'm gonna call it shitty sweet.
Yeah.
This was very shitty sweet whiskey.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, fucking A.
Fucking A.
Meanwhile,
guys.
back at the ranch,
So, Jess, how was your weekend?
Wow, we're starting with me. I'm fucking thrown off here. I actually had a great fucking weekend. It was
Yeah?
it was gun show weekend. So
I knew he wasn't gonna have anything to say. So
no, it was gun show weekend. So I went and hung out there for a while, and then did a little bit of Christmas shopping and stuff like that.
at the gun show.
At the gun show.
Perfect.
And then Sunday, the wife and I went to the gun range and killed the shit out of some paper.
As you do.
And then after that, went home and fucking took a nap and drank, and then fucking went to bed. That was like the whole weekend was
Sweet.
yeah, guns, shooting, drinking. That was
Nice.
it.
Can't beat that. Shit.
No, it wasn't bad.
but about a month or two ago, I became a member of a wine club.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Fucking classy broad over here.
Yeah.
With your "Don't Be Cunty" T-shirt.
We've talked about that shirt on the podcast
Don't be
before. It's an
cunty.
awesome shirt.
Yeah, shout out to Grey Ghost Precision. Al, thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I joined a wine club a couple months ago, Pedernales Cellars up in Fredericksburg, and so this Sunday was our quarterly wine pickup party, which was awesome because I didn't wear the "Don't Be Cunty" shirt, but I fucking should have.
Yeah, you really should have.
Because there were some straight up fucking douchey cunts that were there. Now the wine was amazing. We got to taste some cool stuff. We got to go down in like their cellars. They actually, it's kind of interesting. The wine cellars are temperature and humidity controlled. Which was,
Is that to simulate?
no, it's because they call it the angel share. It's evaporation
Yeah,
that comes
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Same thing with whiskey, right?
Yeah.
But when they maintain temperature humidity,
You don't
they have
lose as
less
much.
evaporation.
Right.
They have less loss.
So what humidity do they keep wine at?
That particular cellar was between about 55 and 60%.
Huh?
No, I was wondering if they were doing it to simulate some regional cellars and stuff like that. Because
That's
there's
why I asked
French,
him. Yeah,
there's
yeah.
French cellars and stuff like that where they literally maintain the mold in the
Yeah.
cellar. Like they
Yeah.
go and like
Yep.
they'll spray it with little misters and
Yep.
stuff like that because
It adds that.
all
Yeah.
of those things all end up in the wine, and so that's why I was curious if like because it is South Texas.
No,
so,
I
mean,
walked in. It's funny because I walk in.
We
the
don't
cellar.
use mold for our cigars.
No.
Just throwing that
These
out.
are mold free.
It's called plume.
These are mold.
I walked into the wine
cigars.
cellar and there's like stacks and stacks of wine barrels and they're doing tastings and all this shit and people are walking around like looking and taking pictures and all this stuff and I walk in and I see a humidor on a wall and I immediately go right up to it and I'm like staring at the humidor and one of the guys that works there comes up and he's like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm really intrigued by your guys' humidification system." And he's like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Actually, I kind of am."
Actually, yeah. This is kind of my shit.
This shit kind of makes my dick hard. I was just curious how you're doing it.
How do you maintain this fine liquid?
But yeah, so I picked up 6 bottles of wine. We're gonna have to do a warfighter tasting trip.
Shit, yeah.
Because I think it'd be pretty fun.
For your
6 bottles of wine
Mediterranean
is
diet.
6
Yeah.
bottles of wine for the Warfighter show. That was like a day worth of wine.
Yeah,
Like,
that
I
looks
mean,
like
Not
a
even,
half
Matt,
hour.
Not even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Like-
even.
A half hour and
That's like an hour
fucking
show,
donuts.
dude.
The worst
it's an
part
hour-long
about
show. We could each have a bottle of wine.
the worst part about the wine that I got is it's
now you
like
gotta wait a quarter to get any more.
really fucking good wine.
Yeah.
And so it's not like the kind where you just pop the bottle and try to drink as fast as you can to see how wine drunk you can get.
I don't understand.
I know, me neither. Because that's all I know how to drink wine is I buy the box at the fucking grocery
Right.
store.
And you
Yeah,
just slap
I
that bitch.
I take the
Yeah.
bag out of the box and
Slap
fucking
the
sit on the
bag.
couch. Yeah,
Yeah.
Straight up, the boxed wine has become our table wine. At the
we're
fucking
very
house. We have nice
classy.
bottles too that we'll crack open like when we cook and stuff like that. But then like the boxed wine has become like the table wine. That's
Dude.
like walk in the door, drop the bag, grab the
can't do
glass,
it,
fucking
man. I
pump
had
wine. It's just like,
Too many terrible Franzia fucking experiences in the barracks,
dude, that's not what I'm drinking. Like you need to. They make better wine in a box,
Yeah.
man.
Dude,
than Franzia.
not at the PX. No, they don't.
You know what's
But
terrible?
HEB does.
Is we had a box of wine, I think for like Thanksgiving or Christmas or some shit, but it stayed in our refrigerator for about a year,
Oh, you
I
aged
think
it.
it was 2.
and I tried some, and it did not age well.
Not even a little bit.
So
It was
yeah,
awful.
it was
Yeah.
Jesus
maybe I
Christ.
forgot to
Just
slap
tastes like
it.
vinegar and
Yeah,
butt.
we must have.
It's just what-
Mikey, how was your weekend? Because I happen to know what you did this weekend, so I kind of want to hear. You had 2 very interesting days this
I had
weekend.
very interesting days. Yeah. Those of you watching can tell, but those of you just listening doesn't know that I have a pretty epic beard. My beard's pretty long. And so Saturday, for special needs kids, I dressed up as Santa Claus, dyed my beard gray, and did Santa Claus in the morning.
I have a picture. It was quite
He
convincing.
sent
Yeah.
me a picture.
Yeah.
I think I commented on that post.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you
then,
did.
and then, well, Friday night, my wife had texted me and was like, "Hey, this organization is looking for a Santa Claus last minute. You're already going to be in the suit. I'm not saying you should, but if you want to." And I looked at it, and it was like Santa Claus for dogs at
Oh,
Petco.
shit.
Yes.
And I was like, I like dogs more than people.
I'm
yeah,
in.
fuck
Let's
yeah,
do
I'm
this.
in. So I did Santa Claus for kids in the morning, and then I did Santa Claus for dogs in the afternoon on Saturday.
awesome.
Nice.
It was pretty dope. It was cool. I had a great time doing it, and I'll be doing it again this Saturday for the kids, not for the dogs. But
So my question: what did the dogs request? What was the most?
Yeah, what do they
requested?
want for Christmas?
you know what? It was funny, man, because like there was a couple dogs that like melted my heart. There was one Dobie that came in there, And like she was so well trained, she like sat on the bench next to me and like put her head on my shoulder and posed for the picture. And I'm just like, I love this fucking dog. And I'm looking at her owner. I'm like, I'm taking your dog, bro. I'm like, I'm gonna steal this.
I'm gonna
baby,
get it
dude.
whatever it wants.
Oh my god, she was a princess. Then there was a couple sweethearts that there's one family that came in. It was like husband, wife, 2 kids, dog, 2 cats, and a hamster. And they all posed with me, and I was just like smiling and shit. It was great. So that was Saturday. Sunday was cool, man. Sunday I worked, but it was like the coolest work on the planet. It was basically I got to take some amputee veterans up to Austin, to Driveway Austin with extreme experience.
Nice.
And we got to jump in some supercars and take them around the track a couple times. Like so that was cool. So I took a Porsche.
Scott's disabled as fuck.
Yeah, right. So
I'm very mentally challenged
took a
right now.
Yeah, right now that's absolutely true.
Every day. You're kidding.
But I took I got to drive a Porsche, and then I got to drive a Ferrari,
Nice.
and I got the Ferrari going about 120 down the
boy.
straightaway. It was good. Yeah. And producer Rob, who's not actually here today because he's fucking skating at home, but he only
He's at
got
dental.
I guess he only got up to like 95, and I was like, bro, you do that on the fucking
vagina.
freeway. What are you doing,
He
man?
only,
Like,
has, he only has one good foot.
that's true. Yeah.
You should use fucking all of it then.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's his left foot. They're automatics, man.
No, there's everything's paddle now. Yeah, that's fucking...
He has no excuses. Not to mention the fact I brought amputees that got on it harder than him. They got 1 foot. So one of them had 0 feet. He just drove, or he just rode. But
Oh, you did the pedals, he did the wheel.
no. We
Come on,
basically-
man, you got this.
Mikey
gotta
actually
ride-
sat him in his lap and let him control the steering wheel while they were...
Dude, he got a ride of a lifetime, man, because they put him in with a pro driver
Oh, fuck
that
yeah.
fucking just burned it.
I would have
However,
talked so much shit to that dude the whole
Yeah.
time.
well, they were like the afterwards. All right, so the individual that did it is a former Navy SEAL, and afterwards, the guy was like, "I don't think your heart rate went over 130, bro. Like mine's screaming. You're just like." This is cool, dude. And he was like, I've never seen anybody so fucking chill in the passenger seat. And he's like, what are you gonna do? Break my legs? He's like, fuck out of here. But Dan, if you're listening, fucking great job this weekend, brother. I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed it. And Sebastiano, you as well. I hope you had a good time. So yeah, that was awesome. I had a good weekend with that.
You know, Mikey, you're either going to have to include us in all these things that you do,
Sure.
or
Not talk about them.
yeah, because like we're 3 shitbags that didn't do anything this weekend, and
Yeah.
you're over here being Santa and helping out fucking guys missing legs and all this shit. Like, you need to include us in these things because
Yeah,
you
man.
make us look bad right now.
No, it's not that. You guys
No,
are
I'm
awesome.
kidding.
You guys are awesome.
Actually, speaking of really good organizations that Mikey and I are going to start helping out, we're building up the relationship now and getting behind it and stuff like that. There's an organization called SOS, Special Operations Survivors.
Yeah, this is good shit.
And what these guys do is they don't do, not that the hunting trips and all that stuff isn't important, because it is, but what these guys do is they actually take care of the families for the operators that don't come home. So it's a lot of the spouses and the kids and stuff that just get the flag and aren't even told like why.
And then Tuesday morning when the water gets shut
why
off.
that soldier's not coming
Now
back. But
what?
you know, when
You
the
know,
water
type
heater
of
goes
shit.
out, or you know, all of a sudden there's a hailstorm and the roof's fucked, and you're sitting around going, I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's when these guys show up and they step in. And so,
Yeah.
you know, these were families that were dealing with a lot of stuff that was operating in the shadows anyways, and now they kind of just exist in that shadow world because
And a lot of them, they never get closure because
they
of the,
don't know.
because
They
the
never get
nature of these
told
guys'
and
jobs.
stuff like that.
You
So-
know? I mean, because these are special operators that lost their life in service of the country, and
now you can't even be told why.
yeah,
They're just not coming home.
You know,
and these guys are there for it. And so we're going to start doing some work with them and stuff like that. And there's actually, I was going to talk to a warfighter about it anyways, just for mainly the social media effort and stuff like that behind it too. But
sure.
Gold Star Week is in January. There's actually a week that's dedicated to it and stuff like that. And it's kicking off. We're going to be working with Spartan on the exposure of this. So Spartan does a lot of the hosting for the SOS events. They have a SOS quote unquote athletes. They're just team members that come out and do this kind of stuff for the to bring awareness and stuff like that about it. But there's a Spartan race happening at Citi Field in New York in January, and then following that is Gold Star Week. And they're doing like Good Morning America and Fox and Friends and kind of stuff like that to bring attention to it. But these guys are they're doing some pretty great stuff. And one of their
good.
board members is actually involved with the the landowning group that owns like the lodges and the hotels and stuff up in Big Sky, Montana.
Oh, nice.
And I was talking to him today, and he said they do stuff, especially for veterans and stuff like that. But they do some SOS retreats for the spouses and families, so they can get up there and get together, just to kind of for that camaraderie piece. But they work with veterans as well. And he said that essentially some of us would have the availability to go up there, kind of see what it's all about. But he's offering up elk hunts up in Montana, like the 800 meter to 1,000 meter, like elk shots and stuff like that. So go trudge through 3 feet of snow and
I'm in.
Well,
do the whole
that
hunt.
means
I said, I was like, why are we sitting
Wait,
here?
wait,
So I was like, let's fucking
that
go.
means John's out and Scott's in.
Hey, if Scott wants to go hump through 3 feet of snow. I would love to see that.
It's about
I love
that
it.
800-yard shot there, buddy.
oh,
Oh,
I don't know
cold
what happened
out.
last time we went shooting.
uh-oh.
I don't remember.
Thursday.
Oh yeah, with the shotgun, you kicked my ass. Yeah, totally.
So it should be a good time. The guy's actually the guy that's
Target's
willing to host
moving
is
and it's
Great
a-
people, man.
It's the same thing
He's
with hunting.
he's a great dude, and
Great people.
he's getting into shooting sports and stuff like that. And so they're really well connected. They're great guys, and they're doing really, really good work. So we're happy to be working with them and bring as much awareness as we can to the efforts that they're putting on. Cause,
I know a really good guy that works for a really good gun company up in Montana. So if I can bridge that gap, I will. I'll talk to you
Oh, that'd be cool.
offline about
Yeah.
that.
Isn't
absolutely.
Defiance up there?
Defiance is one of the sister companies of Proof Research.
Yeah.
And I got a really good buddy that does a lot with works at Proof. So
Nice.
We got. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk after the show.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk.
But
That sounds
yeah, they're
awesome.
great guys. So I just wanted to kind of prime that pump that if the audience starts hearing more about what's going on with SOS and stuff like that,
Well, we got
this
that,
is a
then we
group
got
I can get
the-
behind because they're
Then we got the march as well, the thorough march, the through
so
march.
that's pretty cool. So there's a march that we found called
Yeah.
the Bastards Road March, and so what it is it's
so far
it's
I
a
qualify.
yeah.
It's named after 2nd Battalion, 4th Marines. They call it the Magnificent Bastards.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
what they do is it's altogether it's a 300 mile through march.
Oh, I was like 300 yards. I'm in.
No,
Right?
it's
Go do
broken
this right
into-
now.
Can I go
broken
300
into-
feet one?
I think it's 4 legs or something like that. So it's like
Yeah.
75 miles a leg or something like that. And but it's actually focused on PTSD recovery. And so the idea is like, look,
I like
you're not
their
going to go
slogan.
hunting.
Their slogan is "Walk long ways, figure shit out."
Yeah, that's their slogan.
So just my thoughts on this is if I had to walk 75 miles, I think that would cause me PTSD.
I mean, for real, dude. like I'm
Well,
with that.
the idea is
Not saying I'm
it's-
willing to try, but
It's small group stuff, so it's like 6 people per march. And
Like
then
per leg.
Like per leg.
So
There's
all
like
6
6
people have to walk 75
Yeah.
miles?
or is it a relay? Oh,
No. But it's like literally.
Yeah, I was going to say relay.
Well, because it goes
No,
300 miles.
It's
but
a ruck, man.
it's
Like it's a 75-mile ruck, and it's over like 5 days. And you go and you
Yeah.
camp out, and they keep it in small groups, and they keep it in small groups so that you can't fade into the background. So it's not this like big event to bring awareness or whatever. It's like you have to be present, and you're gonna get talked to, but you're in a position to where everybody there knows what the fuck you're talking about.
nice.
And it's being led by guys that have found their way through recovery. So it's not.
Yeah.
It's not some doc or some whatever. Like it's somebody else that knows exactly what you're saying because they were there too, and you kind of. But you're in that place where you can just kind of. Fucking,
and you're hating your life because you're on a fucking ruck.
75 goddamn miles.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool, and it's all through they're doing it out in the central Midwest kind of area.
Yep.
So we're gonna be kind of getting involved with that and tracking that and stuff like that.
Well, let
we
us-
did get the
let us
invite to
know.
go march one of the legs, but I'm like. I think it's important that those 6 guys that need the recovery get the chance to do that. I don't know if I should be taking one of
I
those
was like,
slots.
this is what we'll do because we're gonna get some media on it and stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
so what we'll do is like Jazz will march like 3 miles with him, and I'll just I'll film like a little bit, and then I'll drive down 3 miles and pick him up.
You know, that was going to try and be my cop out, right? Was like, it really should be about the 6 guys that need the recovery or whatever. And they're like, no, we can have a 7th slot, man. It's fine. You can just come along and just be part of kind of the cadre. And I was like, dude,
is
that's-
there a,
that wasn't the goal of this conversation.
Is there an ATV option?
right,
or
like,
It's like the Tour de France. We got that dude on the motorcycle with the camera.
Right,
Yeah.
the support
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, let me be that
He's like
guy.
the pace guy.
Right?
I could
Totally.
do that.
But Bastards Road was literally it's a tiny little organization, man. It's like 2 dudes that are putting this on, and they're trying to coordinate it and stuff like that. And they just couldn't get any help, and so we're gonna throw a little bit of effort behind them, see what we can do. And
Nice.
they're doing it right, man. It's not an awareness project. I'm just not big on awareness projects. It's
Yeah,
like,
we
hey,
already know.
are you aware? I'm like, yeah,
not?
I'm fucking aware. What are you doing about
Like,
it?
everybody already
You
knows
don't do
about it.
22 push-ups every day?
Nope.
I did that. I did
not?
I did the 22
You're
challenge.
not aware of veteran
I did that.
suicide?
I'm aware.
Why don't you do push-ups?
Because I'm already aware.
Because I'm pretty sure the 3,000 push-ups we did in October. I didn't save anybody doing that. Like, that was.
I hate to laugh, but
It's not funny,
That's
but-
what
It's
awareness
not funny,
does.
but
No, that's what awareness
it doesn't do
campaigns
anything.
do.
Yeah.
It doesn't do a goddamn thing.
It's like,
And
I don't know. Like, I'll sign a petition to like help whales keep getting
But
boners
these two,
or whatever. But,
yeah.
you know,
These
but-
two, SOS.
Whale boners.
That's what I'm
Save
saying. Like,
the
as
whale
far as like
boners.
awareness campaigns go, like I'm cool with that.
How
But
come out of all the
after,
shit that
like-
you forwarded me,
Now, see,
how
that
come
right
you didn't
there.
forward me the petition to sign up for whale boners?
That's a prime example of an awareness campaign that needs to get out there because I am unaware that there's
Right.
a problem
Well,
with
that's my
fucking
point.
whale
Like,
boners, right?
that's my point. Like, I mean, they need to make whale-sized for Viagra, you know, to keep them getting boners or whatever. But that's my
Jesus
point. It's
Christ.
like, if
How do
there's,
you know if you overdosed a whale?
If it lasts longer than
It's
4
not
hours.
gonna yeah, but it's not going to call you. That's the thing.
Right.
Like, oh, we had a fucking tanker ship capsize in the Northern Atlantic because it got hit by a whale dick.
dude, there are
Greenpeace
orcas
vessel
fucking everywhere.
A Greenpeace vessel is now pregnant.
We
We're
now-
not really sure how it happened.
We somehow
John's drank a lot of whiskey
we
now.
somehow now
Sorry.
have killer sperm whales. It's really weird.
I know we said that we weren't going to keep any more killer whales in captivity at SeaWorld, but they all multiplied really fucking fast.
Ridiculous.
And somehow the trainer got pregnant. I don't know. It's weird.
Weird.
Weird. It's like the Marines were here.
She gave birth to a mermaid.
Fuck away.
I saw a thing the other day that said, "Hey,
Dear Lord,
starfish
I
have
apologize.
mouths in the middle of their bodies." And somebody's like, "Yeah, so," and he's like, "Mermaids wear them as bras."
I'm just getting her titty sucked.
That's a lucky
That's how they
starfish.
stay on without straps. Come on.
Titty sucking
Titty
starfish.
sucking starfish.
Yeah,
It's fucking outstanding.
but yeah, we gotta.
Yeah.
I guess the
We're either all going to hell or we're probably going to
well, that's why me and
Oh, we're all
Jazz are
going
just
to hell,
racking
we'll
up
just-
the good deeds.
Right? All it is I'm going to hell, but I can look back and be like,
Should
I earned this.
Hey,
Right?
Scott, I think
Like, they're
the
gonna have
scales
Austin-
weren't completely
Austin's one-liner.
fucked. Like, it was,
Austin's
No,
one-liner.
no. You can't.
No, I was going to have you guys.
Well, no, I briefly thought about giving Austin's one-liner, but I want to save that shit for a t-shirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna save that.
It's pretty good.
I know it's
All right.
fucking outstanding, which is why we gotta save it for a t-shirt.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
So I need to say
Not
something,
sorry.
fellas.
Uh-oh.
You'll see it soon.
This is pretty serious.
I love you, Mikey.
He's opening a Starburst. Must be
I am
serious.
opening a Starburst, and it's a red, so I appreciate you guys having some of those. It's the best ones.
That was me. You're welcome.
Last week I told a story.
Yes, sir.
Story
Yes,
to
you
be
did.
told, sir.
I did.
Can't really take that
And
back.
I need to apologize to my wife for not letting her know
That you told the story?
that I told that story.
Oh.
It was a dick move because she got blindsided, and she was like, gave me this look like, fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, touche.
You deserved that look.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking wholeheartedly deserved it.
I'm pretty
I-
sure I gave you that look of like,
As soon, as
what
soon
the
as
fuck
she
is
said
wrong
it,
with
as soon
you?
as she said it, I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't tell her. She's like, I know you're weird and all, but why don't you give me a fucking heads up before you say some shit on the internet?
So I know what my friends are going to come back at. Oh, nice.
So, Hale, love you, baby. I'm sorry.
Hale, I would just like to point out that my
know
wife
what?
heard that story and thought it was fucking amazing.
You're
So,
gonna
And it only happened twice. So
and it only happened twice. So,
It's still, yeah. But I mean,
I
like,
still love the fact that it happened twice.
right?
Like, you didn't learn.
$1,000, man. Come on.
I just love the fact that had she actually trained her granddaughter, Mikey probably would have gone 3 for 3. So it's probably
No. Fool me once.
fool me.
fool me twice. It was
Twice.
probably worth $1,000.
That's shame on me.
Ah, fuck it. Let's go for a third.
No third. But I just want to say, sorry about that. So, anyways. What we smoking on there, fellas? What
We
we-
already
already
covered
went
that,
over that.
buddy.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess we all switched to the same thing. That's true.
Way to try to change the subject there, bud.
You failed.
Yeah. Can't go to the drinking one either because we covered that already, too.
Not really.
Well, except for they're drinking that patent stuff. They got me on this Lead Slinger Minuteman,
Yes.
which isn't bad.
Yeah, it's a single malt American whiskey.
Whiskey.
I'm drinking
Whiskey.
some shit that dude had here before
That's
he left.
Devil's Creek or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devil's Creek. It's not bad. Not terrible.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible.
This is coming
It's not
from
bad
a
for a
non-whiskey
distillery
Better
that
than
started
that
Yeah.
shit.
4 years
So-
ago.
Hey,
No,
I'm
it was worse than that shit.
No, I
I'm
like
almost
Yes.
done celebrating. I'm gonna have to
Absolutely.
Start celebrating.
start celebrating. I'm gonna celebrate the fact that I'm done with our celebratory bottle.
I'm gonna start eating some cherries.
There you go.
If you don't want to keep a cherry,
So,
eat some of those cherries.
Warfighter, are you guys going to SHOT Show this year?
We are.
We are.
Are you really?
Warfighter
Did you
will-
get your
We got our
invite?
plane tickets.
Booked our plane tickets
Did you
today.
get your party invite?
No,
I'll fix that.
I think it's.
I'm pretty sure that we've been told that we're gonna have party invites from like 6 different people. But the one dude that I need to call and talk to, we
you
drank
talked to
today.
him.
Yeah, I know, but he's like, yeah, call me next week because he does the same thing I do when we're drinking.
Yeah.
Cool, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
let's
gonna
talk
remember.
next week.
I already know all the questions he needs covered by you guys, and I can handle all that like while I'm here.
So
yeah,
we,
but
we,
everyone's directed us to talk
we,
to him.
we
but-
agreed what we're gonna put in the box,
Okay,
and yeah. So
groovy. As far as the invites are concerned, they're actually patches, and if you don't have the patch, you can't get in. So,
Yeah.
that's right.
But I can get the patches. So
Patches?
looks like-
we don't need no stinking
it looks like
patches.
I may be going now.
Scott,
Really,
Yeah, you fucking should be going.
we're on a list.
You're on the list.
Yeah,
We're
we're on a list.
motherfucking list.
dude, John, I'm on a lot of fucking lists.
No, but this is a good list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Including my shit list.
This isn't the no-fly list, Scott. This is.
No, your brother's on that one.
Justin's on the no fly list.
We don't,
I don't think he is. I don't
we
think he's
can't talk
actually.
about that yet.
I don't think he actually.
I have a
Redacted.
Redacted.
I have a known flyer number.
You guys are fucking dicks.
Now that we dabbled on one producer for a little bit, let's talk about the other one for a little. Good old Rob.
Good old Rob.
Yeah, Rob's 1 foot in a Ferrari, pussyfooting it around a course.
Robert.
Not only did he do that, but
No, so earlier in the week, John and I are going through the company refrigerator looking for something to eat, drink, something to be merry, right? And we find,
I thought I found something to be merry.
yeah,
I was like, oh, Shinerbach. Fuck. I don't mind Shinerbachs at all.
Sure.
And I grab it. And it's half full.
the only
what?
people to drink
Can I
Shiner
tell you
Box.
that I appreciate you saying half full?
Yeah, I do too.
know what?
That's literally the first thing that struck me. Is that says a lot about you.
You,
It's not
my friend,
half
are an
empty.
Yeah,
optimist.
you
John.
defaulted to half full instead of half empty.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, you're welcome.
But that doesn't dismiss the fact that somebody put a half-drink beer in our goddamn refrigerator,
And we know who it is.
and he's going to drink it 2 weeks later when he gets back.
Because he's
Well,
not
there's
here
only,
tonight.
there's only about 4 inches of beer left in that beer, and we know from Canada that the last 2 inches of a beer is pretty much just spit.
It's all
Yeah.
spit.
Yeah, so
And now, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been fermenting for
Yeah.
a
now
week.
it's flat and skunky. So
Well, at least it's in a fridge.
it's cold flat and skunky.
I mean, you guys
True
could.
story.
You
We
guys
can
could
change
be
that.
You guys could be like a. Y'all like
No,
open
because
up,
I actually want him to drink it.
just
Yeah.
open up and like cut an onion and set it in there.
That's just uncalled for.
No,
just-
because then I won't
just
want to
take
open
it
the
out.
fridge.
just take it out and set it on the bar for like 3 hours till it's
Prior-
like room
yeah, so
temperature,
it's, like,
and then stick it
lukewarm.
back in so it gets chilled again, so he doesn't know. There you
Oh, I
go.
just threw up a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. Rob's
you,
gonna
Rob.
listen to this. He's gonna
Fuck
listen
you,
to this
Rob.
tomorrow and be like, no.
No, Justin, you can't. You have to be like, hey, sorry, I have to edit this by myself.
Yes.
We can't.
Oh man, poor Rob.
Oh,
Poor Rob.
John.
He had a
Yeah.
fucking blast this
We're
weekend.
a bottle
though.
of whiskey down.
We are, and a couple margaritas.
So it sounds like one of you two needs to tell the so no shit story of the week,
That's what I think.
Oh,
because that ought to be.
do we have a mutual so no shit story?
That ought to be a cogent and smooth storytelling experience.
Think about this.
I'll tell you what, it'll be a 30-second story that turns into a half an hour.
There you go.
And it's going to end with fuck you, George.
Redacted.
I like it.
Redacted.
Fucking A, buddy. Right fucking there. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Just to take that shit out.
Michelle, you got a no shit story. You have to.
I've got a lot of no shit,
All right.
so
all right.
shit
Throw
stories.
them out there.
However, every one of them that comes to mind right now, I would get sued for. So
Fuck it.
Maybe.
Think back to barracks days. Oh, how about did we tell the one, the Jägermeister one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wasn't there to tell.
I think we told that on like when we did that,
That was like episode
bullshit
2.
fucking drink.
Episode 3.
that was the
what did
early
we?
one.
What was
2.
in that fucking drink that we made?
The whiskey Charlie Jaeger.
The we drank. Fuck you.
Yeah, you didn't drink.
You didn't drink.
Yeah,
man.
that was when
you
you
were
were
drinking at that time.
Okay, what was
So
in
no
that
shit,
drink
there
that
I
y'all
was
drank?
drinking a terrible fucking date rape drink while John sat there not drinking.
John,
Yeah, that
I
drink
know-
was so fucking douchey. It came
John,
with a popped collar.
I know
Yeah,
you're,
right.
you're setting us up to
God.
say the word,
Yeah.
and
Thing
it's
had a
not going to
fucking-
happen, buddy.
Thing had a fucking trust fund.
It's fucking ridiculous.
But it was one of those trust ones that fucks you at the end. It doesn't even help you out.
Right?
Every single one of those drinks was on probation.
Right? God. And that's only because, do you know who my dad is?
Yeah. It's fucking terrible.
Let's see. So no
I'm pretty
shit.
sure mine was wearing a visor.
That drink played lacrosse.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure mine had a visor on.
He had an alligator on his shirt.
Absolutely. Is that a jockey on your tie?
Yeah.
Those are jockeys.
Driving an early 2000s Mercedes.
So no shit.
You ever seen the back seat of a G3?
What do we want? We want a barrack story. How about the first night you were brought onto Fort Campbell?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Didn't you learn a new word that night?
She did.
I think
No,
she
I
did.
didn't know. I didn't learn.
You learned a
No.
new. You learned a new word that night.
No,
They
I
learned-
knew
yeah.
the definition of that word,
No,
which
you
is
did
why
not.
I like
Smegma.
was
No, you.
on your
No, no, no.
arm, and I was like, "What
No,
the
you
fuck
had to
have I
ask.
gotten into?"
You had
No,
to ask.
no, I
Pretty
did
sure
not.
that word was
Hey, maybe we can all share in the story.
necrophilia.
Yes,
Necrophilia.
yes. and I knew what that meant.
Okay, either tell the fucking story or move the fuck on. Because this whole inside joke thing you guys got going, boring as fuck.
Fucking
So-
married people stories.
So we had just got married, and my very, very first barracks party, he drugged me to. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna have so much fun." Okay, cool. Went to this barracks party, having a great time. Everybody was a shit show. I was exposed to a whole lot of shit that I had never been
Feel my
exposed
ash.
to at that point.
See if you can put your cigar on it.
What was his name?
John, that's a great looking ass.
Rosenfelder and Elsesser.
No,
Yeah.
McPherson?
John, your ash is so
It was
firm.
McPherson.
Work out.
McPherson, we got a story about you, buddy.
Yes.
Oh, I got some fucking stories about Mac.
Yeah. So my very first encounter with McPherson,
That-
I apologize to his wife if she listens or ever does. So, having a good time, seeing all the guys. It's a
out.
shit show,
Hanging
hanging
out
out, having a lot of fun. Go outside on the lawn. I meet McPherson, and somehow we start getting. We start.
Sorry.
we start talking about sexual fantasies. And McPherson brings up the fact that his sexual fantasy of all time was to fuck a warm, dead chick. First time ever meeting him, didn't even know his name.
This is her first.
hell of a
My
first
my very first.
Now, mind you,
I am
she also walked into an infantry barracks.
yes, an infantry barracks. First party.
You're lucky you wasn't a Marine infantry barracks. You would have found a warm dead chick that was being fucked.
I know, right?
Here, I'll show you.
Okay, mind you,
Bucket list
I am
fulfilled, sir.
20 years old, and I was born and raised in around Columbus, Nebraska. Okay, so
so
like
this is-
hadn't
There's
been
like
exposed to
47
a whole
people that
lot
live there.
Yeah.
until that point, and McPherson is just going on and on and on about how he wants to do a warm dead chick, and I'm looking at him, and my eyeballs are huge, and I grab onto his arm.
And I say,
I'm like, "Get
don't
me
worry,
the fuck
this
out
is
of
normal.
here."
And that's when Michelle learned the term necrophilia.
Yeah. No, I knew what it was. But I
saw
had,
that.
Expressions are important, man.
Hey,
We had
I'd like
yeah.
to just point out that I'm not comfortable with the discrimination. What's wrong with a cold dead chick?
Right?
he,
You know?
he wanted a warm dead chick.
If it was a hot day,
Yeah, right? It's like iced tea.
Jack Mandeville taught me this.
Oh, here we go.
this ought to be a wisdom pearl right here.
You can warm up a cold dead chick with a
Curling iron.
curling iron.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
That's true.
That's modern problems and modern solutions, right
It
there.
is. That's
Thank you, Jack. Love you.
First world problems.
Yeah.
First impressions are important, man. We had a fucking new guy that came
And I hope our parents
Reported
never
into the
listen to
unit.
this.
and
I know my mom
one of my
will.
fellow sergeants is sitting there. Now keep in mind, one of my fellow sergeants that I'm talking about here is like 6'2" black guy, just fucking built like a brick shit house. Like came through doors sideways, kind of like
Sure.
just large individual. And this new fucking PFC shows up right at a fucking AIT, walks into the unit, comes in to report, walks in and goes, hey Sergeant, could you point me to first sergeant office? Fucking sergeant snaps his head over, kid's not at parade rest, fucking bag on his back, the whole 9 yards. This fucking dude pops up out of the chair and looks at him and goes, I don't know, Private. You ever been the victim of a hate crime? And I was like, and the shooter private just backed out the door and left, and I was like, boy, that's how you make an impression right there. That is fucking well executed.
So,
I picked up a boot drop once, and this fucking kid, the first words out of his mouth, "Oh, Staff Sergeant, just curious, when are we going to be able to take leave?" And I looked up and I was like, "These guys, Christmas, you fucking never." I was just like, "Fuck you, dude! Like, you just got here, man."
Jazz, please tell me that you and that other NCO you were just talking about teamed up and played good cop, bad cop against new privates.
All the
'Cause
time.
I think that would have been amazing.
All the fucking time.
You and a 6'2" black dude?
Yeah.
Oh.
We did it all the time, and we trade. So, like,
So
see him play.
the new guy would
I-
show up, and we'd trade back
here,
and forth to the
baby.
good
I
cop,
got
bad
you,
cop.
baby.
Yeah. So I'd fucking go and, like, just go ape shit on this dude, and the big guy would just come in and be like, come with me, buddy. Let's fucking talk about you. Fucking, it was just like,
So
fucking
I
great.
used to interview for the sniper section, and we would pre-plan the interview going into it, obviously, and so each platoon had a CP, which consisted of a little room, like I don't know, 10 by 10, tiny room, and the walls were made of a very thin, I don't know, just a thin board, like 1/4 inch fucking thin, right? And so I would be in charge of asking the technical questions, like, because I was very versed on the sniper rifle and technical shit.
Sure.
And
That was
so
a very
I-
technical explanation.
yes, so
Like one of the technical questions is like, hey, how do you attach this sling to this gun?
it was a little more than that, but
Wow.
fuck you, John. But so we had this all pre-planned, right? The guys next door and the next CP next to us had a cleaning rod that were going to throw it through the wall as I'm interviewing this kid, right? So we're across the desk from each other. We had it like marked on the other side of the wall, like where they needed to throw the cleaning rod, so that it would go like right in between us, eye level. You
What
know,
were they using to throw said cleaning rod?
dude, they were just fucking like a dart,
Oh, okay.
just throwing it like a dart.
Okay.
And
Oh, nothing bad can come of this plan. 'Cause
Yeah, right.
Apparently,
This-
it's just a bunch of ninjas that can throw
no,
darts.
we had a desk. I mean, there was like a desk in between us, right?
You didn't know snipers are ninjas?
Yeah, 99 Zulu combat ninja.
We are 69 whiskey, motherfucker.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm
I'm
like,
not familiar with the motherfucker designator. Can we?
I'll show you later.
Oh, gotcha. Bring out the dead chick.
We gotta warm her up first. That takes a little bit of time.
Yeah,
What a
got
hair
Now you
dryer
get one of
work?
those, you get
Curling
one of those
iron.
ceramic
But would a hair
curling
dryer
irons. Those
work?
bitches are
Curling
hot in like
iron.
3
You know-
seconds.
Yeah.
No, I
a
know,
hair
but-
dryer works, but you get some really weird sounds after.
I wonder if it echoes.
I
No.
think you think it, but it would dry it out.
Or I wonder
You're
if
gonna
like
have to spit on it like crazy. after.
eventually, if
That-
like,
and it's
just
what if,
like-
like eventually she just started going.
Starts but won't fire.
What you get really nervous is
fires
when you got the
won't
hair dryer
start.
and they're going and her actual mouth starts going.
That's what I'm talking about. Like what if
Since
her
you guys are
mouth
talking,
just
I'm
goes-
gonna go get some more ice.
and I guess that's the end of Scott's so no shit
So-
story.
They threw a cleaning rod like a dart.
And it didn't
Yeah.
go through the wall, and all the dude was sitting there going like, "Who's knocking?" Guarantee you that's probably how that fucking story wrapped up.
Either that or it went through the wrong.
The
end
only
and
reason
it
I
hit the
asked that,
private.
you guys ever tried? You guys ever loaded a blank and then put a cleaning rod down the barrel?
Oh, it'll
And then
go.
shot a raccoon.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I asked, like, what were you using to project said cleaning rod?
okay.
Like, because that would.
No, it was a sniper rifle cleaning rod, so it was a good one with a handle. and it was all one piece.
Oh, that makes so
Yeah,
much
yeah.
sense.
Spearing the wall.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It wasn't.
I thought it was like
Spearing.
No,
darts, and I'm like, that dude's a
That's
fucking
not-
champ.
Right,
No, no.
that sounds like
No, no,
apparently they're all
it-
fucking ninjas.
it was
there.
a
He just
sniper
fucking-
rifle
Arnold
cleaning
throwing
around.
this fucking thing. Like,
Get through the chopper.
All it had to do was go through a 1/4 inch of fucking plywood, man. It was easy.
like drywall or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like I'm just looking at him and I don't break my face at all. Like I'm serious, you know. I ask him a technical question. This fucking cleaning rod comes slamming through, bang, and he's looking at me, you know, and he's like, his eyes light up and like, well, what the fuck is this, you know? And I don't even acknowledge it, you know. And it was like that's how we did our interviews. So it was fun.
Well, how'd the kid react?
I mean, he you know he like had the what the fuck look on his face and yeah. This guy actually, we did hire for the sniper section, so it was a good thing.
Nice.
Yeah, he handled it well.
I guess it's a good way of doing it. Sometimes first impressions, like I like to say that first impressions are the lasting impression, but sometimes they work out opposite.
Like when you get a brand new medic, and the first thing you say to the brand new line medic is, "I've never cornholed a medic before."
Well, that's like you fucking with somebody. I'm talking about when somebody is an actual douchebag to you the first time they meet. Jazz?
I have a friend like that.
Jazz has a friend like that. Jazz has a friend like that.
I do have a friend like that.
Yeah.
And he's actually a really good friend now. But
Yeah.
his mother first and literally talked about that friend after I left the situation and went and told my wife about it. And she was like, I was like, you want to hear what this fucking douchebag did at the fucking
He told me that John wouldn't be wearing pants.
No, so I was hired to do a Memorial Day tribute video for Grunstyle before I started working there. So I'd been brought in with my media company as an independent contractor to shoot this commercial for him, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna need X number of extras, but then I'm gonna handle the casting for the main characters and da 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 da. So they went down the roster and called like all the usual suspects to go be fucking extras in this thing.
Usual suspect being
And Mikey was on that list of usual suspects, right? Yeah. So I show up, I'm doing everything, and I did like the kind of the safety brief at the beginning of the shoot, just kind of like, hey, this is what's going on. Commands will come from here. Please watch your footing. Da-da-da-da, the typical stuff. And so we're sitting there and Mikey, being the outgoing guy that he is, thought it would be hilarious to go fuck with the quote-unquote artist in the room. So he walks up to me and he was like, so
what's your background?
what's your background or whatever? And I was like, well, you know, I did this, and then I was in the Army, and then I was in cigar sales, and then I went back to film school, and now da-da-da. And he goes, huh, film school, huh? How's that working out for you? So I look around the set, and there's it's like a full-blown set. There's lights everywhere, full projecting. And I was like, well,
pretty good.
I'm sitting here shooting a commercial for Grunstyle, so pretty good, actually.
like-
and Mikey just goes, yeah, okay. And just like,
Yeah, I was a tool.
Yeah.
I was trying to be funny. The joke did not land.
No, it's good to know that you, Jazz, were welcomed with open arms in
Multiple places.
In multiple places. Every
well, here
every
I was
approach.
promised men with no pants. He was just trying to make fun of me for going to art school, and it was like, well, I'm sitting here shooting a commercial,
This
so
makes me
apparently
wonder-
pretty good.
And I literally
that
have no room to
comment-
fucking talk because I have a
that-
criminal justice degree,
Right.
and I'm not a fucking cop
Yeah.
or a
Are
federal
you trying to
agent
get
or
your
anything.
masters right now? too?
That comment though, that comment
that
makes
working
me
out for
wonder
you?
why Warfighter didn't
Quit.
land you as a full-time guy and Grunstyle did.
Well, because as we said at the beginning of the fucking podcast, you guys were on the fucking struggle bus when I met you.
Yes.
And couldn't afford to bring me in.
But we offered men with no pants, and I thought that
That's-
would be a for sure.
It was strong.
Yeah,
it was
that's a-
essential.
That's a strong selling point.
The original offer to come and help out with media at Warfighter was men with no pants and all the cigars I could smoke. And I was like, that's fucking tempting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we did have a lot of conversations about that.
Yeah, I was like,
Pantless dudes.
pantless dudes and other
stogies?
objects that are pretty much shaped like dicks.
John, I'm going to blame you that you couldn't land this deal.
You had pants on.
Well, and
I was promised no
yeah.
pants, and I showed up, and you had fucking pants on.
False advertising. False advertising.
So
And now, like at work, Jazz literally makes me lose my pants all the goddamn time.
probably twice a week. Twice a week, I probably get Mikey to take his pants off.
Yeah, yeah.
Willingly.
Christmas in July.
Willingly.
Christmas in
Willingly.
July, all the stuff. He'd be like, all right, we need so and so like this, so and so like this. Mikey, take your pants off. So and so do this. I was just like, what the fuck, man?
No, you don't say
We
that.
just had a photo.
It's already down by the time.
Yeah.
We had a photo shoot the other day.
The
and
first
we were,
few times, sure.
we're shooting all of these shirts, right? And I've got all this gear down there, and I'm telling people to like put on this gun belt, grab this rifle, put this on, put that on, like all of this extra gear to put on. It came down to time for Mikey shoot, and I was like, Mikey, I'm gonna need you to put this t-shirt on, drop your pants. It was just Mikey and no pants and a t-shirt behind a box. And it was just like,
Yeah.
yeah. Thought that comment back in April was super fucking funny, didn't you?
Yeah, right. Well,
Do you have a problem taking your pants off? No, sir, I don't. You're hired.
yeah.
Well, I need you to have a seat on this couch and roll camera.
You know, you can keep your pants on for right
It got to a point, though, where Haley was like, why are you the only one ever not wearing fucking pants? I'm like, Jazz likes me with no pants on. I don't know.
Do you know what it is? Is out of everybody we shoot, I'm more comfortable you not wearing pants than any of the other fucking people down there. Is really what it comes
It's because
down
I'm
to.
Irish.
That's exactly it.
That's how good a friend you are.
Yeah.
Less post-editing.
Yeah, I'm not worried about something coming out to bite me while I'm fucking trying to get shots set up and stuff. That's,
You want to get bit by a snake or a mosquito? You
yeah,
know what I
right.
mean?
Either way, you got to suck out the poison. So
Right, right. Yeah.
I heard that doesn't work.
it doesn't.
But you still have to try.
Absolutely. That's why I always try and get bit on the
Hey, a
ass.
Tic Tac going 60 miles an hour will still fuck you up.
That's true. It's fucking
I feel like this
true.
went downhill, like, really,
Yeah.
Oh, a
really quick.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
Go.
been downhill.
I feel like we
Absolutely.
started at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
John, what did you do this weekend?
We already covered that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got wine.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wine pickup.
Fuck, I don't. Okay.
Michelle, what'd you do this weekend?
Yeah.
I mentored really, really drunk college kids this weekend.
Woo!
That's what I did.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it was.
Good
It
God.
was a shit show.
God.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
I basically
Yeah.
did that when I was a bartender in a college bar. It was pretty much similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
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 Well, shit. Well, fuck, boys.
I get paid for it, so.
Right there. On that note,
Okay.
I believe there's some celebrating to fucking do.
I think there is.
there is.
So I'm going to raise my glass and say, thank all of you for being my freedom friends.
Absolutely.
And you know what? How about an extra little freedom for all of our family over here at Warfighter for kicking ass over the last year, fucking fixing this shit. So, like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, and share to all the shit that Warfighter Tobacco's doing too. Those are good fucking people.
Those are good
fuck you,
fucking
George.
people.
Redacted.
We're gonna add that on there too. And as always, we'd like to wish you to smoke on, drink on, and Scott,
Freedom the fuck on.
there you fucking go.
right.
We love all you sorry sons of bitches. We'll see you next
all
week.
next week. Later.
Fuck you, George.
Redacted.